Hello, everybody. I'm going to go ahead and start a little bit early. I know the countdown was still going, but I was running a little bit late, so we'll just go ahead and get going. It's it's Chris. We're back again, or I'm back again, with our SEO Live Support live stream here to answer any kind of SEO questions you might have. And yeah, I'm back by myself again. Nick is a little bit tied up, not able to get on a reliable internet connection for right now. Yeah, so it's just going to be me today again, and hopefully that's okay with you guys. So yeah, I'll do my best to answer questions and stuff. It's definitely a little bit harder with just one person here. Like last time that I was by myself, we probably won't do any audits because it would lead to lots of dead time, where you're basically just staring at me, not saying anything. Yeah, so sorry if you're waiting for an audit, probably not going to be able to get to that today. But if you guys have any questions at all, go ahead and drop them in the chat and I'll get to them as soon as I can. Hey Derek, what's going on, man? If you got any questions for me today, Derek, go ahead and ask them. I don't know how today's stream is going to go. It's kind of a weird day and I don't know how many people are going to show up. So any questions at all, go ahead and ask them. I know I've got a couple I need to get to from the group and whatnot, but we will see how it goes. All right. Let's see. Now, Nick made a post recently. There were a couple questions on that. All right. Can Google's perception about the website be affected if I would start targeting some keywords which are not very related to the niche of the website? Yeah, so you'll probably see people talking about something called content pruning. When they talk about content pruning, they're not always talking about removing like content that is not related to their niche, but a lot of the times they are. And a lot of the times they're just removing content that's kind of like pages that aren't really trying to rank for anything and that just are wasting space essentially as far as Google is concerned because they don't know what to do with them and it looks like you're just kind of don't know what you're doing. But yeah, I've this is something I've never had an issue with myself personally, but I know others have, and I know other people have seen good results from removing content from their website that was not related to their niche. Like, so for example, let's say you've got a website about monkeys, and you start posting content, articles about cars. These things are very unrelated. Maybe it's not a very good example because you can actually get quite a bit closer than that and apparently still receive some good benefit from removing content. So yeah, if you had a website about monkeys and you added website or a bunch of content about cars and you started noticing things were kind of not doing too well, you could remove the content about cars, and a lot of times then the content about monkeys will start doing better. And yeah, I think there's something in Google's guidelines as well where they actually mention like, I think it's actually in their quality content kind of guidelines, or maybe it's helpful content. But basically, they have something explicitly in there that says that if you start like posting content that you're not an authority on, or that you have no business in posting it, that can be seen as unhelpful content, and it can be flagged, and it can actually affect your entire site, not just the pages that are seen as unhelpful or unrelated. Yeah, and that's not to say that a website can't like branch out, right? So let's say you've got a website about gaming computers, and until this point, you've really only posted stuff about gaming computers, like the actual full-on computers. But then let's say you wanted to start posting content about gaming mice. That makes sense. You could post content about gaming mice. And it would be kind of unfair for Google to say you couldn't do that kind of thing. So in cases like this, I think what a lot of people tell you and what might be a good idea is to post like a good amount of the gaming mice content all at once rather than just posting like one article about it or whatever. But even then, I feel like that example, you might not have too much of an issue with that at all, to be completely honest. because it's more of a logical step, right? It's still under the umbrella of gaming, but it could create some issues. So anyway, just posting a good amount of content and not just like one article on the other thing, or even just a couple articles could probably be of benefit for you. But yeah, hopefully I covered that. Let me know if you got any other questions on that. Hello, Justice. Let's see what you got for me. Hello, I have a bunch of pages in my site ranking on pages 2 to 5 for very relevant keywords. Apart from adding links to those pages, what else can I do to boost them to page 1? Yeah, so it's going to be kind of hard for me to answer this question without looking at your website, and it's also a very big question because what you're essentially asking is what more to SEO is there than pointing links directly at the pages you want to rank? And the answer is there's a lot more to SEO than just pointing links to the pages you want to rank. But I'll give you some ideas of things you can do. Number one, as far as link building goes, you don't want to build links to only just the pages that you want to rank. If you search for our YouTube channel, you'll see me and Nick talking a lot about building the authority of your overall domain. And what this means is that, we build a lot of links to home pages. We build a lot of links to what we call hub pages, which is something like maybe your blog page or other pages that link out to a bunch of other pages on your website. Basically, we spread link juice around the entire site, including building a lot of homepage authority. And what this does is raises the authority of the site overall. And that means that when you want to rank individual pages on your website, you don't need as many links to them directly. I'm not saying that you shouldn't build any links to pages that you want to rank, but the truth is that a lot of the times you can end up ranking, depending on the competition of those pages, you might be able to rank them without any links at all because you've built links to your overall website and you have link juice flowing through the overall website very well. And a type of page I didn't mention is also supporting content. So let's say one of your big ranking pages is best gaming mice, like we were talking about on the last question. So if you're doing like best gaming mice, you could have some informational content that's like non-commercial content. Basically talking about maybe like this is how gaming mice work, who invented gaming mice. I don't know, I'm just giving kind of random examples or whatever. But informational content that's not monetizable really, still about gaming mice that then links out to your gaming mice money pages. And you can build backlinks to those supporting content pieces as well. And not only will building links to those supporting content pieces, but then you're also building your what we call topical authority about gaming mice, which is just basically adding a bunch of articles, different articles targeting different keywords all about gaming mice. And when you do this, you start to be seen as a topical authority in Google's eyes for these things. This is something you probably heard people talking about a lot recently. It's a very hot topic and it's something you should definitely be doing. So yeah, adding a bunch of content targeting different keywords about your kind of the subject that you're trying to rank overall for will help as well. Of course, like your on-page optimization is going to help a lot. But even reversing, making sure you've done your keyword research properly, making sure you're matching search intent, doing your on-page correctly, making sure that you are writing the content well, using a tool like Surfer or Pop, probably the tools we recommend the most for that. So yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of stuff. I think what I've just mentioned there, kind of in the last like 30 seconds, are a lot of like the major ones. So yeah, definitely be sure you're do all that stuff because yeah, there's a lot more than you can do than just building links to those pages. Hopefully that helps. If you got any follow-up questions, just let me know. I'll be here. All right, let's see what's next. I see you guys asking questions on Facebook. What's up, AWAB? I'll get to you guys in just one second. I'm gonna answer one more question that was asked before in the group. I'm gonna drink of water. It's tough talking just by myself. All right. Do you think the first version of a page is important for Google in the sense that it forms an opinion that would be more difficult to change. I want to publish some calculators, but didn't have the time to add content on the pages. So yeah, basically when Google learns what one of your pages is, they do seem to kind of get used to it, I think. And then that isn't to say you can't change it though. It just might take a little bit of time because when you start changing stuff, basically what the whole page is about, then it might take Google a little bit of time to adjust to it. And depending on how big the changes are to the page, you might need to redo interlinking, redo anchor text that you've used on interlinking, stuff like that. Yeah, I mean that kind of stuff can help Google adjust if you kind of change the page in a big way. But if you are, if you basically just add some content to a page and it's about one subject and then it's just not very good, and then you go back and later you add more content, then it's still going to take Google some time to basically recrawl everything and see how it feels about your new content. It's not going to be immediate or whatever. But no, if it's just like that, I wouldn't worry about it at all. Let me see if I missed anything here. Yeah, so yeah, as far as what you're asking, I'm pretty sure it's not something you'd really need to worry about. You could put the pages up, publish the calculators, then you can go back and add content later. Of course, Google will like that when you go back, because Google likes when you update pages. They seem to like fresher content, and they also like when you're improving it. So you're actually making it better and adding more content and stuff. So they'll like that as well. And I guess I'll just add one more kind of side note is something that actually Nick got me used to doing way back in the day was, when I first started SEO, I'd want to publish a page and I'd want it to be just perfect immediately, right? But you really don't need to do that. And actually there's some advantage to not doing that. I think there's actually some advantage to posting, just getting some content up and then going back and improving it later. That way you can just get more stuff on your website quicker. You can get more stuff indexed. You can get just more topical authority or whatever, and then you can go back and improve things and actually try to perfect it later on. And that seems to work very well rather than going super slow and posting this kind of content that is just perfect, but took you a lot longer to make. And you can do that as well, but there's definitely some benefit to just getting a bunch of content up there and then improving it later. Because yeah, you can always go and improve it, and yeah, Google likes that. They're not going to see it as a negative. You're not going to confuse them or anything. So I wouldn't worry about the first opinion. All right. You are welcome, Just Us. Let me know if you got any other questions. We'll see how slow this stream is. Not sure how many people are going to show up at this kind of random day and time. All right, let's see. AWAB. Hopefully I'm saying your name right, AWAB. Let me know if I'm saying it incorrectly. With all the recent volatility going on, does that likely mean an algorithm is rolling out right now? And for people who have experienced a spike in traffic, does that mean they fell on the right side of the algorithm? I always hear about spikes happening during algo updates. Yeah, so if you guys aren't aware of what's going on, I'll kind of show you something real quick. So this is a SEMrush sensor. It's a kind of a free tool. You can use it. You just go to semrush.com/sensor, and it basically just shows you how much stuff is moving around, like how much stuff is changing positions a lot. So it's basically just measuring overall volatility of the entire portion of the internet that they have indexed at SEMrush. None of these tools are perfect. There's another one called Algoroo. Let me get that below. Let's see what Algoroo says. Algoroo. Not even in my history for some reason. Actually, I haven't pulled up Algoroo in a while. So I've never, in my history of SEO, I've never seen something like this. I really haven't. I'm not, I'm not trying to exaggerate or or whatever, but I have literally never seen this much red. And I think, you know, if you can see on my screen right here, if you can see like how high everything is going right here, you can see, you know, this is only going back to 2018. There's nothing this high. It's just not, there's never been this much volatility, right? And so it's just kind of crazy to see. And um, what's also kind of funny is it seems like no one really knows what is going on. You know, I've been a little inactive on the Facebook groups and on Twitter and stuff the last week or so. I've just been real busy with a bunch of other stuff, so I haven't been as just, you know, hands-on in the community as I normally like to be. But as far as I know, no one really knows what is going on quite right now. Let me see what your question said again. Does that mean an algorithm is rolling out right now? Yeah, so you know there might be an update going on, or it might just be this crazy volatility. Let's see. Let me check Twitter real quick. I think I'm following Google something. Google, who am I following? Google Search Central. Let's pull this over and we'll just look while you guys can look with me. Okay, okay. No one cares about you, John Mueller. Choosing domains. Okay, so we're back to July 19th already, and I'm not seeing any kind of information here. Let's go check. I'm just going to search for Google algorithm updates, news. Yeah, I'm not really seeing any kind of news right now. I think basically no one knows what's going on. So, and to make this even worse, I don't know, for anyone that uses Ahrefs, Ahrefs is also like absolutely just crazy right now. I feel like you just like can't you know, Ahrefs, they keep doing these like keyword data updates and stuff, and so it's so hard to tell what is going on in Ahrefs. And so yeah, I mean, the best data, of course, is like in Google Search Console, and stuff's just bouncing around all everywhere. And yeah, it's just a wild time right now. So not sure if an algorithm update is going on. If, you know, like your question said, if it was an algorithm update and they got a spike in traffic, it could mean that, you know, they fell on the right side of the update. However, like, for example, I saw like one site that was kind of like, I was working on that was kind of like trending like downwards, but then it had this insane spike yesterday where it just like blew past like normal like clicks and impressions like before it started declining by like a lot. So I honestly just have no idea what's. Hey guys, we'll see if the stream kind of turns back on. I don't know what just happened there, but yeah, kind of went out for a second. Let me try to reconnect it to Facebook real quick. It's the second week in a row I've had technical difficulties, but actually this technical difficulty is different from the what happened last week. Anyway, give me 1 second. Let me reconnect to Facebook. See if it works. It's really annoying. Okay, so it looks like the new stream on Facebook is live. Let me comment on the old stream. Oh my God, now I've got 3 streams on Facebook. Sorry guys, 1 second. 1 second, I'm sorry. Super awkward. Looks like anyway, it looks like all the streams on Facebook are dead or something. So I'm just gonna hopefully everyone comes over to YouTube. Um, yeah, sorry guys. Let me comment and then I'll just keep going. All right. Okay. Looks like YouTube's still going. All right. Let's see here. So hopefully I answered that last question good. I don't know where I left off, so I'm just going to go to the next one. All right. Do you think there's an advantage of having your name.com? I noticed you and Nick Altamore both have these. Yeah, so you can go to my website, chrisgegis.com, or you can go to nicholasaltamore.com. We both own our own websites. I feel like it's a really good idea if your name is available, even if you don't want to make a website yet, it's just a good idea to buy it and to have it. A lot of people just use them as kind of like a resume type thing. You can just have like your resume on your thing and just let people know like what you do and where they can find you and stuff like that. But especially if you are more public facing, so me and Nick, after we started Sir Links a Lot, we became more public facing. We're on the YouTube stuff, we're on Facebook groups and stuff, we're on the YouTube channel. I probably already said YouTube, but yeah. Anyway, so basically it's like a personal branding thing. You have your own website. My website basically doesn't have anything on it right now. Maybe it's sometime in the future I'll start doing more with it, but for right now it's just my website, with just like I think 1 or 2 pages on it, like really nothing at all. But yeah, being a public facing person, especially if you wanted to start doing some like consulting or something later on, it'd be a good idea to have that kind of thing, and then people could find you really easily, and you wouldn't have to worry about someone else buying it or whatever. But other than that, you can also have like a little bit of an advantage, I guess. I mean, it's probably not like super great, but if you consider like EEAT, probably adds a little trustworthiness in Google's eyes because you can actually link to your website, like on your author pages or whatever, on whatever websites you're publicly on, and yeah, link back to your website, and then your website can link to your other stuff, and you're just creating this whole like web of trust essentially for Google, right? But yeah, it's not like super necessary. It just depends like what you're doing. If you're kind of like trying to make a name for yourself and you'd like people to know you for like what you do and whatever, I feel like it's a really good thing to do. But as far as like SEO goes, definitely some minor stuff with like EEAT, but not the like super necessary or whatever. Hopefully that helps. Then we had some other questions on Facebook. I'm going to keep answering these, I guess, even though the stream's not even going on over there anymore. So yeah, if you guys have any other questions, ask them here on YouTube. Been experiencing a few pagination issues on several sites I run, but the thing is these pages don't have more pages but a simple load more button. Should I be worried about this screaming frog issue? I'm actually going to be completely honest with you. I am not an expert on pagination and technical SEO in general. These pages don't have more pages but a simple load. Yeah, I'm not really sure. I'm not even going to try to answer it because I don't want to give you some like wrong information. But what you could do is definitely go ask in our Facebook group. There's definitely people in there that know more about certain topics than me. Me and Nick, we are, of course, we're behind sirlinksalot.co. We're a backlink building agency, and that's definitely where the most of our time has gone in the past few years at least. And so yeah, we definitely know a lot about other parts of SEO, and we've got our own websites and stuff, but there's some stuff that we're definitely not experts on, and technical SEO is one of those. I end up using Google a lot and just kind of like figuring out stuff like from there, or just asking other people I know. But yeah, sorry, I don't want to give you a wrong answer on that. Oli says he took a 30% hit over the last week. Yeah, I think a lot of people have taken similar hits, are just kind of bouncing around a lot. 8K page views a day to 5.5. Gotcha. Yeah, we'll see if it's an update or not, or if it's just some kind of, I don't know, because this volatility is definitely increased lately, but it's hard to tell if because the increased volatility was actually here. Let's see if I can pull it up on sensor again. I don't know if sensor can actually go back. Let's see if I can do. I guess I cannot go further back than that. Let's check out Algoroo again. Let's zoom. Yeah, so basically like starting around, I guess maybe it was starting around May, you can see like it started being like more like yellow. Even around here, people were probably complaining there was a lot of volatility. But then really starting in May, you see all this yellow and people are like, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? And then it's like, then we hit June and it's like, oh my God, what is going on? So it just like, it just like keeps going. So I don't know if it's an update or if they've like broken their algorithm or if they're making like major structural changes to what's going on, or I really have no idea what's going on at this point. But, this is, an algorithm update, I think usually rolls out over the process of about 2 weeks. Maybe 2 weeks I think around 2 weeks is generally the time. Maybe it's more like 3 weeks or 1 month. I can't really remember. But generally there's like a big spike. So you can see right over here on, let me make sure I'm showing the right thing. Yep. You can see this broad core update on the 13th. You can see like this is a broad core update. You have 1 day of red and then it goes down to yellow and then it's green, 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 and then a little more yellow, green, green. So basically what's happening is you have the big change, you have massive volatility on 1 day, and you still have pretty good volatility. Yellow used to be seen as still very, pretty volatile. And then the dust kind of starts to settle. Things are still adjusting. And then you see the yellow, they kind of like tweak the update a little bit. Things adjust a little bit more and then it kind of just goes back to normal, right? So that's like how a normal algorithm update worked. And this is what's happening now. This is just absolutely insane. It's hard not to laugh a little bit, but just know that we're all experiencing the same volatility. You're not alone. So gotta add a little humor to it. Don't freak out too much. It is what it is. Hopefully no one's going to starve to death because you've lost 30% of your traffic or whatever. We're still pretty blessed to be able to make money on the internet, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, just know that it's crazy right now. All right, I think that's it for the Facebook questions. I think everyone hopefully is over here on YouTube now. Thank you, Chris. I thought it might help EEAT. Yeah, it can definitely help a little bit, but nothing. I mean, like if you actually had like a website and you had a bunch of stuff on it and you really used it a lot, it would probably help more for EAT. But then again, it's just one part of EAT, and there's other ways you can link to social profiles and whatnot. They just want to verify you're kind of a real person. So personal website, definitely not absolutely necessary. Oli again, bigger sites have been rewarded, lost some #1 positions to big media players. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm gonna go ahead and put this up, so maybe we can make this into a little YouTube video. So Oli again, bigger sites have been rewarded, lost some #1 positions to big media players. So, We've been doing this live stream for at least a couple of years now. I don't know how many years, maybe 2, 3. I'm not really sure. But anyway, even if you go back in time and you watch the live streams, one thing that we've talked about a lot is that over time, Google seems to be shifting towards high authority. And what that means is they're shifting towards these big players, these huge websites, these big, huge, powerful websites with tons of backlinks. If you go back in time a little bit, it was a lot easier for the smaller guy to rank. And then what we saw is that in certain niches, Google would start to, an algorithm update would roll out, and Google would really start to favor these higher authority sites, but it would be limited to maybe a specific niche or 2, or maybe even 10. And so something we've been saying is that, over time, it seems like more and more niches are getting taken over by this kind of new preference by Google to, wanting more authority. And, basically this right now, I guess, is you could see as a continuation of that. Just the shift keeps happening. It just keeps going to more and more authority. It's good for us over at Sir Links a lot. We run our link building agency. So, we're good. What we sell helps create backlink authority, especially stuff like our niche edits and our guest posts. Those are our 2 big tools for that stuff. But, when you're talking about really big players, you're talking about a significant monetary investment to be able to catch them, if you'll ever be able to catch them, depending on who these competitors are. So it's definitely not something you always like to see. It's hard to tell what's going on right now, like what we were just talking about. So you definitely don't want to freak out right now and ditch a website if your niche got taken over by this big stuff, because there's just so much volatility that, it could change next week. It could change tomorrow. We really have no idea. But, if it does stay like that for a while, you might eventually come to the point where you need to decide if it's worth staying in the niche. Basically, you would stay in the niche, but you'd have to target really long tail stuff, lower competition stuff, rather than probably the medium to higher competition stuff maybe you were able to rank for before. Or, you might end up just having to leave the niche. And you'd have to base that off just evaluating who your competition is, how much authority they have, if you think you could catch up to them from both topical authority and backlink authority perspectives. And kind of going from there, seeing how much low competition stuff there is to rank for. But yeah, don't freak out quite yet. There's so much volatility. I wouldn't make any big decisions right now. I would just keep doing what you always do. Keep adding new content to your websites right now. Keep improving old content. Keep re-optimizing stuff if it needs to be. Watching out for any technical issues. Keep building backlinks. Just keep doing business as usual for right now. And no big decisions quite yet. This is going to probably take a long time for the dust to settle for whatever's happening right now. Are these algo fluctuations over the last week because of the SGE launch? I don't know. SGE hasn't launched yet, has it? As far as I know, if you just go to google.com, there's no SGE hasn't launched quite yet. It could be in them preparing for it. I guess we don't really know. And just for anyone who's watching this video later, even though I've shown this same thing 20 times on the stream so far, if you're watching on YouTube later, this is what he's talking about. Extreme volatility. Never seen anything like this ever before. But yeah, not sure if it's SGE. That's what some people are speculating before. This was back maybe a month ago or something, maybe even 2 months ago. People were saying that all this kind of sustained volatility could be them prepping for SGE, basically messing around with a bunch of stuff, huge structural changes to get ready for a completely different kind of search experience. So that it wouldn't really be considered an algorithm update, because it's more of them figuring stuff out and retooling everything rather than a normal algorithm update. But I guess we don't really know at this point. I know as much as you guys right now, and that's not too much. And I think I don't think anyone really knows much about everything. I haven't seen anything on Twitter or Facebook groups or anything. People have just been kind of just dealing with it, or just trying to ignore it and just keep moving forward with the rest of their work. Oli says it's not SG related, it's to SE, not reporting. Yeah. Yeah, but it could still be them kind of getting ready for it or messing with stuff to see how things would be handled by it, I guess. I have really no idea. Adrian says, my guess is these tools don't know how to handle SGE and report it as spikes. Yeah, there's no SGE yet, so not sure. Derek says we started a YouTube channel in late 2000. Okay. So yeah, I didn't know that. So it's at 2023 now. So it's been almost 3 years. Yeah, if any of you guys are bored today, I would suggest going to our YouTube channel and looking up our oldest videos, and you'll see how much things have changed since then. And it'd probably be pretty funny, just because things were so different. We had a small little studio. Me and Nick were both in the same room together, so we were both on camera. We had a bunch of like noise soundproofing stuff on the walls and stuff, and it was just a completely different thing. But yeah, could be fun to go check out if you got some time. See what we were talking about 3 years ago. See if what we've said has changed over the years. How much text should I publish on a tool or app page, like a calculator? Could Google think it's a blog post if I publish too many words? So I'm going to give you the best SEO advice that you've ever heard in your entire life right now, and I'm not even exaggerating. You can apply this answer that I'm about to give you. You can apply it to almost everything in SEO. And it's the best way to do literally everything. And the best way to do everything is you look at what the top rankers for that tool are doing, or for the top rankers for that keyword, for that page. You want to create a similar calculator to something, go look at what's ranking #1 and replicate that. And you can apply the same thing to anything, literally anything. You could apply it to, how many backlinks do I need to rank for this? So go look at the top sites, see what their domain authority is, their overall backlink profile, as well as the backlink profile of that individual page. How much content do I need? What should I talk about in the content? How should I optimize the page? All of these things. Look at the top 1, 2, 3 rankers, and see what they're doing. So let's take a quick look real quick. So let's say mortgage calculator, and I know you're probably not gonna want to do a mortgage calculator. Maybe you are, but let's check this out. So this is going to be like a super high competition one anyway, but we're going to go see what the top rankers are. So let's go 1, 2, 3. So we'll see what the top rankers are for this tool. So you can see here on this one, they actually have some stuff down here, how to calculate typical cost, blah, blah, blah. So they actually have a pretty good amount of content on this page, right? And they even have like a table of contents over here where you can click around to scroll around. I like these new kind of table of contents people are doing on the left sidebar. I really like these. I don't even know how to do it, but I want to figure out how to do this on some sites, I think. It just looks really clean and yeah, super nice. Anyway, let's see what the next one looks like. Here we got this guy. Definitely does not have as much content on his page unless there are some tabs here somewhere where you can like click tabs to open up more content. Yeah, really not as much on this one at all. And then this one, #3. This guy again has some content down here, right? So if I was on this one, 2 out of 3, you could even look at more. You can look at the top 5 or whatever. You can see how much content they have. But just looking at the top 3, I'd want to do it more like #1 and #3 with having some content on the page like this. And then you could go and see like what kind of content they have, like what's in their H2s, what are they talking about, and you can even do something similar like that. And then you can make yours better, right? You could add a little bit more, some stuff that they don't have that could also be useful for the searcher. Yeah, hopefully that helps. Yeah, looks like, what are we at? 46 minutes. Looks like questions are slowing down. If you guys got any questions at all, go ahead and ask them. I'm here by myself today, no Nick, so it's only Chris answers today. Looks like we got more questions over on Facebook for AWAB, so I'll check that out real quick. AWAB says hello again. I guess he didn't see it because I think the news streams on Facebook messed up. All right. Anyway, I'm going to go over to our Facebook group to grab some questions because I can't do any audits today by myself. So let's see what else we can answer. Actually, this question, I didn't even have a chance to answer it yet, so pick this one. Hi to all of you beautiful creatures. That's a good introduction. Creatures, okay. I'm a bit at a crossroads here while I'm trying to create a local lead gen / rank and rent agency. Okay. Yeah, I'm not a big lead gen, rank and rent guy or a big local guy, but see what I can help you out with here. I as well have an affiliate blog in the supplement niche, which makes me around 175 to 250 pounds. I'm guessing he means monthly, which is not nothing. Definitely probably want to grow it a bit more, but it's definitely a start. Making some money, right? That's more than most affiliate marketers ever make. Most of people quit affiliate before they make any money. So yeah, you're part of the elite. Now my thought is to actually fully focus only on the affiliate side to grow it properly because I think it has way more potential. I've actually seen people talking about, I know I'm going to play a little bit of devil's advocate, but I've seen people talking about really good about lead gen work recently. I'm not really sure why, but I feel like the popularity of going into lead gen has really increased over the past year or two. It's not something I can give a ton of advice on because I don't know the details of it myself, but I know a lot of people are starting to talk about it and move into it, and that it's extremely lucrative. But you know, it's not something I have a ton of experience with, and honestly, I don't want to go that way. I really like the idea of affiliate kind of stuff more as well. Anyway, the plan is to post 4 times a week. Okay, so 4 blog posts a week, 3 to 5 YouTube shorts, Instagram posts, to truly, here, I gotta kind of get some of this off the screen. Instagram posts to truly boost its site, build backlinks to it, optimize it, etc. Right now, I'm dividing my time into 5 websites, and I have very little time with my full-time job and 2 kids. While I still want to create the agency, would it not be better to make some nicer money with the affiliate side than start to continue growing the agency? Let's see if that's the end of the question or if there's more. In my head, I actually know what the decision should be. Yeah, so you probably know what I'm about to say. I would take whatever is making you the most money right now, and I would focus on that. You know, I don't know how much money you're making with the lead gen stuff. You might not be making anything with it. So if you're not really making anything with that and you're making money on the affiliate side already, I would go all in on that. You know, you have proof of concept already. That means you've proven that you can make money with it. The other stuff, maybe you haven't proven that you can make money with it yet, so it's more of a risk. Affiliate sites making money already, I would say 5 sites, take that down to 1 site for right now at least, because you're only making $250 a month. I would get it out of your mind of trying to do all these side projects until you've gotten into a much more comfortable position with making money, however you decide to go about it. So yeah, I would take it down to 1 site. Don't spread yourself too thin. Get this thing up to making like, 1, 2K a month, maybe even 5K a month, whatever you can get it up to. And it's not to say you want to keep all your eggs in one basket forever, but making 150, 250 a month, we're still at very low levels. It's not enough to really support yourself in any kind of way, right? Unless you live like maybe in India or somewhere like super cheap, I guess, low cost of living. But I mean, still, I think it'd probably be pretty uncomfortable to live there, even with that. But yeah, anyway, yeah, I would take it down, focus on one thing. Don't you spread yourself too thin. Go with whatever's making you the most money right now and work on that. Yep. Let me know if you got any other questions. Maybe I can help you out. Let me get a quick drink. I feel with like one person, I feel like I need to put like music on. So if I like need to take a drink or something, or yeah, I don't know. I feel like with one person, it's just like too quiet. I need like some royalty-free music in the background or something. I've also noticed this, I guess my greens, my lighting or whatever is not very good. Um, Here, I guess if I get closer, that goes away. Okay, maybe. Anyway. All right. With apps, is it better to publish one with several filers or several or various subtopics? Yeah, so I'm not sorry. I don't understand your question. I don't know what you mean by filers, JL. If you're still here, if you can rephrase your question, let me know. Not sure what filers means. Filters, I guess he says. Okay, let me read it again. With apps, it's better to publish one with several filters or several various. I'm still not really sure what you're really talking about. I don't know what kind of app you're making. I don't know if this is like an SEO question. But like I answered before, go see what other people are making. Go see what's popular. Go see what people like. You know, app development is something I'm not an app developer. I do SEO, specialize in link building at a link building agency, sirlinksalot.co. But yeah, I would like the previous question, I would go see what other people are doing, what's popular, and kind of go from there. I'm not really sure what you mean by filters. Hopefully that helps you. If I'm still understanding the question wrong, feel free to ask it a third time. Do you think placing more of the budget on content and less on backlinks is a good idea? I was thinking of cutting down backlinks to 3 per site. Backlinks will be 1K traffic, DR 20 plus, TF 10 plus. Yeah, so it all really depends like where you are in your journey, right? So like in the beginning of the process, I definitely like to do more content, much more content. I like to spend much more on content than on backlinks in the very beginning. But I'm still doing some link building in the beginning, but it's slow. I'll do some like pillow, if you're familiar with our services at sirlinksalot.co, I'll do some like pillow links. I'll do some like diversity links maybe. Of course you do some stuff like citations or whatever, some social profiles. Social profiles are really good in the beginning. Of course, I'll set up my main social profiles like Facebook and stuff, all that stuff. What else am I doing for link building in the beginning? We'll start slowly doing some like guest posts and like niche edits or maybe some haro just to your homepage, natural anchors in the beginning. But yeah, it's pretty slow. Just kind of the foundational stuff, and then slowly doing some link building, and then really pumping content, right? Really getting your topical authority up there, really helping Google to understand like what your site's all about, what you're an expert on, and just really going hard on content. And then as you start to really amass a bunch of content, or you're ranking for everything, but you just everyone in front of you just got a ton more authority than you, then you can kind of start shifting your budget to doing more backlinking, right? So yeah, it really just depends where you're at. Let me see. There was something else I wanted to say, but I kind of forgot. Work out that backlinks, good idea. Maybe you mean 3 per site, like three links per month per site. I'm not really sure what you mean by that. 1K traffic, DR 20 plus, TF 10 plus. Yeah, you could also look at our you could go to like our guest post page, for example, and you could see some of the metrics that we like to that we think are important for link building. But I think what you said there, 1K traffic, DR 20 plus, CFTF. We're not like huge people on CFTF, but you can do that as well. Yeah, that'd definitely be a good start for you. You can go heavier on content for now. Hopefully that helps. Okay, so I understand your question now better, JL. Let me put the other part of the question up there as well. So it is an SEO question. I can definitely help you with that. All right, so with apps, is it better to publish one with several filters or several or various subtopics? For example, one with several filters or choices or several pages on each topic. For example, calculator for apples, calculator for bananas, instead of a calculator for fruits and then having a different tab or a thing you could switch from on the one page. So again, just like I answered for the other question, you'd go look and see what's ranking. So if you go and you type in, for example, we'll say, I don't think there's a fruit calculator, but let's say like an apple that's going to be bad. We'll say orange calculator. No, they're actually selling like orange colored calculators. Anyway, let's try to think of another one. We could do like, okay, word count calculator. So this is a different kind of calculator, but so you can see over here, when I search for word count calculator, what's ranking number 1 is a calculator only for word count. What's ranking for number 2? Wordcount.com. This only does word count. Number 3, counting words, right? And so something similar to this that you might have used as well is a character counter. So instead of counting like the number of words, you're counting the actual number of like letters. And so if you go over here to wordcounter.net, you're seeing that this is a straight up word counter. Yeah, so what you just like I answered for the other question you asked, the number one way to see this stuff is you go and you see what's ranking. So if you typed in, like your example, you typed in calculator for apples, and then you saw number 1 was fruit calculator, number 2 was, calculating your fruit, something like that, then you would know, okay, I need to make a fruit calculator, and then I can rank it for all this other stuff at the same time. Versus, you type in calculator for apples, and then, number 1, 2, and 3, they're all just calculator. The whole page is just about calculator for apples. So when in doubt, you always just check Google, because Google gives you the answer of exactly what they want to rank for that keyword. And yeah, so of course, anyone else watching this, of course, you don't have to apply this only for creating an app or something. You can apply it for any kind of content. And this is what you would call search intent. Basically, well, actually, it's kind of not like search intent, but anyway, basically, you go and you check and see what Google wants to rank for that kind of keyword. For example, if you type in like best gaming computers, and then you go and you see like they're all like these listicle type things, top 20 gaming computers. Well, guess what? You need a listicle type content as well, versus having like an article about like one gaming computer that's your favorite. So you can always check and see what Google wants to see. Hopefully that helps. Looks like we're running out of time, so I'll go ahead and I'll answer the questions that are here. Guys, if you've got any questions at all, go ahead and drop them. I'll stay a little bit later. But yeah, we are running out of time. Derek says, thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome, Derek. And you're welcome, JL. What do you think about multiple how-tos on one page and manner of schemas? Yeah, I'm not really sure. So yeah, I'll give you some advice, but you're going to want to kind of look into things a little bit more on your own. So how-to schema, I'm pretty sure is like, it's like what the entire article is about, right? So if the article covers how-tos on multiple different things, maybe you could do it. But like I was just talking about with the last answer, go and see what other people are doing. Go look at their schema. Go see if they have multiple how-tos for whatever it is you're trying to rank for. Whatever the top rankers are doing, you can assume that it's pretty safe for you to do the same thing as well, unless they're doing some like super black hat stuff, right? But I wouldn't consider anything you do with schema really black hat. If anything, it would just confuse Google. So, like if you were doing something kind of wrong with schema, so I felt like it just wouldn't be helpful at all if you were kind of trying to do something weird with it. But I don't. But you know, like for example, if they're like trying to do like super black hat like link building, like kind of spam stuff, then I mean, you could replicate it and it might work for you to rank as well, but you know, it's risky. And if they're doing some like spammy stuff like content as well, maybe not want to replicate it. But with everything else, you can pretty much go and check. But my gut answer would be, you know, for how-to schema, that you would just need the one. I guess it could be different if your article is trying to explain more how-tos than just the one thing, but I would go see what top rankers are doing just to clarify. All right, let me see if I've got any more questions in the group real quick. If you guys have any questions at all, go ahead and let me know. Hi all, quick question. I have a new blog site. It's growing okay, but there is one metric in Ahrefs I can't get clarity on. Maybe you guys can help. The traffic value says $681. I make like 40 cents per day if I am lucky with AdSense. So what is this metric and how do you attain this kind of money? Yeah, sure. I mean, I feel like Ahrefs should explain this in their documentation pretty well. But yeah, so you know, traffic value is not how much you can earn from ads, it's how much it would. So basically, you can look at your website, right? If you could see all of your rankings, all the different keywords you're ranking for your whole website, right? And your traffic value would be how much it would cost you to have the same amount of exposure if you were paying for those rankings via advertising. So like if you weren't ranking those pages and you were instead just doing ad campaigns on Google, so let's say your main keyword was best gaming computers, and so instead of ranking #1 for best gaming computer, you were paying Google. So that's how they calculate traffic value. Not how much you can make yourself from ads, but how much it would cost you to pay for ads to basically have the same kind of exposure that your website is getting from organic search. Yeah, hopefully that helps. Let's see if we got any more questions I can answer in here real quick. Hey guys, is there anything that can reduce or increase domain rating score authority besides links? Adding new pages to the site might dilute the score. No. You know, so DR, like Ahrefs, this is all calculated on backlinks. Unless they changed something recently, it's all, you know, all these scores are only about backlinks. They don't have any way to measure, you know, how powerful your site is or whatever. It just DR is always backlinks. So adding, you know, pages to the site is not going to dilute the score. What's probably happened is you've either lost some backlinks, which is normal. It's normal for sites to lose backlinks. You know, websites go down or whatever, they change links or whatever. There's just a million different reasons why you could lose backlinks. Just know that it's normal. Normal websites lose backlinks all the time. Or, you know, Ahrefs has been doing a lot of like updates and stuff. They could just be redoing how they calculate the score, or maybe you had this one link before and they've weighted it very highly, saying this is a very good link. Maybe they've changed how their algorithm works and they say, oh, okay, we've changed our mind about this link or a bunch of the links that you have and we don't think they're worth as much anymore. So your score might kind of move around like that. Yeah, so you know it's all backlinks, and yeah, there's no way you can do it, mess it up by changing your actual website. Backlinks only. All right, looks like we got a couple more. Let's make sure there's no more in the group real quick. Okay. All right, so I'll get to these couple questions left here on YouTube, and then we'll end the stream. If you have any more questions, go and sneak them in real quick. Otherwise, I'm going to answer these, and we're going to get out of here. All right. Is there a way to index photos on a page faster? I uploaded several WebP photos in an HTML gallery, but only a few photos are being indexed. Yeah, I'm definitely not going to be able to help you too much with this question. I'm not like, it's not really something I've tried to do to get photos to index very quickly. I would say, I know there's way you can make sure like images like in your sitemap, so you can definitely do that. And then you could do like just all the usual stuff that people do to try to get things indexed faster. But in general, I think if you try to get that page indexed faster, get those links indexed faster, right? Making sure you got quality content and stuff. You can submit it to like Google's API. You could use something like Rank Math or whatever. You could use like social media like Twitter and stuff to build some social signals to the page to try to get it indexed faster, maybe even building a backlink or two to it. Make sure the images are unique, of course, that should help as well. But yeah, other than that, I'm not really a pro on this. Definitely make sure you got them, add them to your sitemap though. That should help. And then just doing all the usual stuff. All right. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and call it there, guys. Hopefully the stream has been helpful. I might be doing the stream by myself again next week. I'm not sure. Nick is in Argentina right now visiting his I think his grandparents. I'm not even really sure. Yeah, he's got some family out there. I'm pretty sure his grandparents, maybe some other family as well. So yeah, I'm not sure when he's going to be back exactly, but might be doing the stream by myself for a little bit. Go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. It, of course, helps us out a lot. You can also join us in Facebook, the SEO Roundtable. We're in there every day posting tips and answering questions. I know the live streams have not been working in Facebook for some reason, but it was a kind of weird technical error today with OBS and not with my internet connection, so I'm not really sure what happened there. But anyway, what else we got going on? Got some new products coming out soon. We've got our press release service coming out soon. We're just kind of doing some testing with it and just getting everything kind of ironed out. It's actually pretty much ready. So press releases are going to be added to our types of links you can order soon. We love using press releases for like basically you can use them like once a year, once every 6 months or so, just to do a little like blast, some kind of newsworthy content about your company or whatever. So it makes sense if you got like kind of more like a brand or whatever. But yeah, we don't use them aggressively, just use like, natural anchors to your homepage or whatever. They can be kind of cool links. But we kind of seem like pillow links, right? Not something like a guest post or a niche edit or whatever. Doesn't really count in the same kind of way. We've also got an update coming to our niche edits. I'll show you all real quick. I haven't added it to the page yet, but I guess I can go ahead and show you. So here's our like normal niche edits priced by DR. We also have these packs. This is how we used to sell them, and people demanded that we bring them back, so we did. These are priced by RD, by referring domains, and these are packs of 3 links. These are just 1 link each, but these are packs of 3. So you can see level 1 here has 50 or more referring domains. That's important. I'll have to explain it in a minute. We also got these super low authority RD 10 to 50. We call these our barrage links. These are super cheap but super low authority kind of bulk packs. And we're going to add one new type of bulk pack, which will basically be these level 1 links. There'll be 50 or higher referring domains. They can actually go higher than 100 though. So it just has to be a minimum of 50 referring domains per domain. But yeah, we'll be doing bulk packs of these level 1s. So so basically these barrage links are good for diversifying anchor text or diversifying your backlinks, or just hitting a bunch of pages at one time, but they're super low authority. So this will give you a way to still get links for cheaper, because it'll definitely be cheaper than $54 per link. But yeah, definitely more authority, more power than the barrage link. So just another option out there for you guys. What else we got going on? Yeah, we kind of got some podcasts, definitely have some podcasts coming on the way, but because of our schedules moving around so much, we've had to delay them a little bit, but we've definitely got some cool stuff coming for you there. Future of SEO. Hey, Recreator, the stream's actually over, so I'm not gonna be able to answer your question in full. I'm actually about to leave, but you can actually just type in like future in our YouTube channel, and we've pretty much answered it, maybe on one of the last couple streams or something. But we don't think SEO is going anywhere. SEO will change like it always does and might have some bigger changes. But essentially, if people are searching for things on the internet, there's always going to be something for us to do. You just have to adapt or die. Adapt or go back to the day job, right? So it will change. But for right now, I think the change isn't nearly as big as people think, at least for right now, in the next couple of years. So we'll see. What else we got as far as news for you guys? Yeah, I can't really think of anything right now. I know there's probably more I'm forgetting, but whatever. Like, comment, subscribe, join us in Facebook group, SEO Roundtable, subscribe to our email list, yada, yada, yada. And I'll see you next week, maybe by myself, maybe not. We'll see. It's part of the surprise. All right, bye guys. Hopefully it was helpful.